So official. All right, so before we get started, thanks so much for being here. My name is Sarah. If you don't know me, I'm the co-chair of fundraising, not to be confused with Sarah, who is my co-chair, also there. And want to introduce also Erin Ploss-Kempelmore, who is former co-chair of fundraising, former co-president, current co-chair of communications, who will be providing Spanish translations.
Do you want me to translate that right now?
Yes, please.
Ok, entonces Sarah Was acaba de presentarse, es la copresidenta de recaudación de fondos, y también tenemos a Sarah Linfoot, que es la otra copresidenta de recaudación de fondos, y me presentó también a mí. Yo me llamo Erin, y yo soy la expresidenta de recaudación de fondos y la expresidenta de FOM, y ahora soy la presidenta de comunicaciones para FOM. Hola a todos.
Okay, so welcome. First, a little introduction about FOM. We are a nonprofit. Everyone in our school community is part of FOM. We're completely run by parent volunteers, and our job is to make our school a positive, inclusive, and enriching environment, and to raise the money to do that. And we're here for all the students at our school, the neighborhood school, the dual language program, and the special education track.
Y Sara quiere presentar a Friends of Micheltorena, Amigos de Micheltorena, que es una organización de fines sin lucro y que está organizado por los padres voluntarios que estamos dedicados a hacer nuestra escuela un lugar positivo e incluida, que incluye a todos, y que no solo somos para un programa, o sea, por ejemplo, el programa de doble idioma, también somos un programa para la escuela en inglés del vecindario y también la escuela de educación especial, y que estamos aquí para servir a todos los alumnos de Micheltorena.
So especially if you're a kinder parent or a TK parent and you're new to our school, you might be wondering, why does our school need our help? It's publicly funded education.
Y que quizás se están preguntando por qué necesitamos recaudar dinero. Somos una escuela pública que presupuestamente recibe fondos públicos del gobierno. Entonces, ahora vamos a contestar esa pregunta.
So despite the fact that the economy of the state of California is huge, I think it's like 5th in the world, we're actually in the lowest 10 states in terms of what our state spends each year on each student in grades K through 12.
Entonces, a pesar del hecho que California es uno de los estados más ricos en los Estados Unidos, creemos que somos el 5º poder financiero en el mundo entero, no financiamos la educación pública de los 10 estados de los Estados Unidos que financian menos. Wow, es que es entre los estados que menos apoyan a la educación pública, y por eso tenemos que recaudar mucho dinero.
And so our school had been reliant on these supplemental funds from the federal government, which are called Title I funds. But because of the changing demographics in the community around our school, and then our school community, our school was eligible to receive less and less of that until 2019. We lost that funding completely, even though almost 45% of the families who go to our school qualify for free or reduced lunch, who are entitled for these funds.
Como las escuelas reciben tan poco dinero del gobierno, usar los fondos federales que recibimos para los estudiantes título 1. Y hace más o menos 12 años estamos recibiendo casi $500,000 y ahora a partir de 2019 recibimos cero. No recibimos más fondos porque perdimos nuestro estatus de título 1. Y eso es a pesar del hecho que todavía tenemos 45% de nuestra población que recibe esos almuerzos y esos desayunos gratis que son para las familias de título 1, pero no calificamos para el estatus, entonces no recibimos los fondos para la escuela entera.
So whoops, sorry. There we go. Sorry. How do we raise those funds? We have two main fundraisers, one in the fall, one in the spring. We have Fall Pledge Drive, which is coming up soon. We ask our entire school community to make a donation either monthly or one time to invest in our school. And then we have Marchathon, where we try to empower our kids to go out to their networks, family and friends, and ask them for donations to sponsor them while they do physical activity around our school.
Entonces, ¿cómo recaudamos dinero en nuestra escuela? Tenemos dos eventos principales, que es la recaudación de fondos de otoño, que normalmente toma lugar en octubre, y también el Marchathon, que toma lugar en marzo, que es una otra oportunidad para recaudar dinero. Y también podemos buscar becas, buscar el apoyo de negocios locales, y hay otras maneras de buscar dinero, pero las dos son las principales. Las dos primeras son las principales.
But we have other funding streams too. We can apply for grants, and we actually have a grants committee this year. So if that's something that you have experience doing or you'd like to learn how to do, we can connect you with them. We also reach out to local businesses. We've done Dine to Donate at local restaurants. Franklin Hills Christmas Trees has done partnership with us where they've given us a percentage of sales from Mitchell Train families. We have a FOMO card, which is really fun. It's been dormant. We're looking for a coordinator, someone who likes to be in contact with local businesses, either in person or by email. And they offer discounts, and then we can sell that card to our community, but also to the community outside of our school. We have those banners that businesses rent. And then we've also done a spring auction and parent party, which has also brought in money.
Entonces hay muchas oportunidades para apoyar la escuela. Si ustedes quieren escribir becas, tenemos personas que hacen eso para la escuela. Si quieren buscar negocios locales que quieren apoyarnos. Y también estamos buscando a alguien para coordinar la tarjeta FOMO, que es una tarjeta que ofrece descuentos a nuestras familias en los negocios locales. Y es una manera muy bonita de apoyar los negocios locales y también a nuestra comunidad. Y también vendemos pancartas que ponemos en Sunset. Y también tenemos una fiesta en la primavera que es una subasta y también una fiesta para los padres. Entonces hay muchas oportunidades para participar y apoyar nuestra escuela.
Yes, and we would love your help with all of these areas. So many ways to help.
Hay muchas maneras para ayudar.
So amazingly enough, last year in a pandemic, we were able to raise a little over $197,000. And this is how we spent it. And if you'll see, the biggest chunks of this pie are school staff and our school programs.
Entonces, el año pasado recaudamos un poco más de $197,000. Y como ven aquí en la imagen, gastamos la mayor parte de ese dinero en el equipo de la escuela y después de eso en los programas de la escuela.
And this is our proposed budget for this year. You'll notice it's a little bit less. It's $173,000 that we're hoping to raise. We got some extra COVID funding this year to pay for some school staff and other supplies that our school needs. So that's why, and we're so grateful. So we have to raise a little bit less. But again, you'll notice that the school staff and then a combination of school programs and enrichment are the biggest spending categories. And I want to break that down for you in the next couple of slides so you know exactly what those things are.
So sorry, is official we got the funding?
Oh,
the
no,
15,000?
not the COVID grant. I'm just saying that our schools got, all of the schools got extra money.
Okay. I got excited there for a second. Ok, entonces como ven en la imagen, el presupuesto para este año es un poco más de $173,000 y estamos proponiendo gastar más o menos la 43% de nuestro presupuesto en el equipo de la escuela y entonces pueden ver las otras cosas también que también queremos apoyar.
Can I just interject that when you do this for Wednesday, we should fix the previous slide because that was our budget for last year, but we ended up raising less and spending less last year. So I would maybe even show our 2019-2020 budget and skip last year because it was such a weird year.
Yeah, COVID year was strange.
Yeah, thanks, Casey. I appreciate that. We can do that, definitely. So school staff, who is that? It's our assistant principal, Mrs. Rios. And it's also our teaching assistants, which we get through LAUSD.
Entonces, ¿quiénes son nuestro equipo de la escuela? Principalmente es la subdirectora, la señora Ríos, que nosotros queremos mucho, y también los asistentes de maestro que encontramos gracias a LAUSD.
And then the school programs and enrichment, I just put all together in one thing. It's our Amity interns, which we have from Spanish-speaking countries, and they've been slowly filtering in, arriving from different places around the world. It also allows us to pay for arts and enrichment, like visual art, our garden ranger through Enrich LA, vocal music teacher, theater, supplemental day for PE. It also pays for training for our teachers for about social and emotional classroom management in readers and writers workshop.
And I also just want to point out that in this slide, it says videos of art classes, and that was during COVID times. So we're going to have like in-person art classes.
Thank you. I may have overlooked to fix the Spanish translation.
That's okay, just pointing it out here. Entonces, también apoyamos a nuestros programas que son para enriquecer la educación de nuestros hijos. Por ejemplo, financiamos el programa de los pasantes de Amity, que son pasantes que vienen de países extranjeros para ayudar a nuestros maestros a enseñar español. También financiamos el puesto del maestro, de la maestra de arte y también la profesora de jardinería, también una profesora de música, un profesor de teatro y también a veces un día más de educación física. Depende del año. El año pasado recibimos una beca, pero quizás en el futuro vamos a tener que pagar para eso otra vez. I was just explaining that the one day extra PE last year didn't happen because we got a grant, but in the future, that may be something we may have to finance again.
Thank you. So our biggest fundraiser of the year is coming up, Fall Pledge Drive. And I can't believe I found this amazing photo of Rich stuffing money into a jack-o'-lantern.
Perfect.
We run it for 3 weeks. And one of the ways that we spread the word is that we ask for parent volunteers costumes are optional, but it makes it fun. And it also makes it easy for other parents to recognize us. And we give the greeters flyers and information that you can give to parents. It's a great way to meet other people. You get to inspire other people to donate, let them know like why this is so important. We encourage people to either make a monthly donation or a one-time donation, and we have a sliding scale based on household income. We want to respect the fact that our community is very diverse. And we just try to make it easy and make it fun. We'd love to have your help. I put the Sign Up Genius link right here, and then I'll also put it in the chat. You can sign up to be either morning or the afternoon, 20 minutes or so at drop off and pick up, and sign up for a shift to do that and get to know your community a little better.
Entonces, la recaudación de fondos de otoño es en octubre, toma lugar entre el 4 de octubre y el 23 de octubre. Y es una oportunidad para vestirnos como, por ejemplo, como brujas o como gatos o como lo que sea. Podemos vestirnos de cualquier forma y ponernos enfrente de la escuela para pedir donaciones. Podemos pedir donaciones en suelto, o sea, en cash, o también podemos pedir donaciones, acordar a las personas que pueden hacer donaciones en línea. Y eso puede ser mensualmente o puede ser una donación grande, entera. Y es una oportunidad para hablar con las otras familias, explicar por qué estamos recaudando dinero, por qué, por qué queremos apoyar nuestra escuela y hacerlo divertido. Y también hay un enlace para Sign Up Genius, donde podemos indicar si queremos participar en eso y vestirnos como brujas y participar.
So hopefully you have a better understanding of why fundraising is such an important piece. There's this huge gap between the funding that we actually get and the education that all of the kids at our school deserve. And I hope that you're inspired to help us raise those needed funds in different ways throughout the year.
Y esperemos que ustedes han visto que es una oportunidad para apoyar nuestra escuela y para ser amigos de nuestra escuela y hacer algo bueno y contribuir y divertirse mientras lo estamos haciendo.
And that's the end of the presentation. I'm going to stop sharing and see if there's any questions.
I have one more suggestion to maybe add a slide that it comes out to about, with our budget, comes out to about $500 per family to either raise or to either donate or fundraise. I think that's a good number for people to have in mind.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. We do. Sorry, Sarah, you might want to answer that.
Go ahead.
So exactly. It's good for families to know that $500 is a suggested donation. Obviously, it's a sliding scale. So some families maybe can only donate $10 or $10 monthly. But obviously, if you can donate $500 or more, that's strongly encouraged because in the end, it all balances out. And we do need to raise a large sum of money for the whole school.
So I was speaking with a mom whose family makes a lot of money, and I was talking about the sliding scale, and she's like, yeah, it wasn't until I didn't realize that a lot of the money is going to staff that then they felt like, oh, I want to participate more. And it was really helpful for them to know that, where people stand. And I think that's part of the reason why we started the sliding scale, because people, we have people at our school that can really, really afford more, but they don't know what to offer, right? Even though they can, and there's a lot of generosity. And so even if we put a high number, it doesn't mean maybe only one or two families will put that number, but that's great. And to be really, really clear of that the money goes to staff, not just to extracurricular stuff, was a big thing for her and her family, and was really inspiring and motivating for them to put more money in. So just wanted to share that feedback.
And do you think that this deck emphasizes that enough? Because I think that was something that I was very aware of when I joined, was that I had no idea that the money was funding not just the kind of, the cherry on top. It's the real basics. Do you think we can sort of push that a bit more, or do you think?
I think we can push it a little bit more.
Okay,
I think it's okay.
Do you have a thought on how?
Do I have any?
We do have the two slides.
Yes, and that was really great. I really like the pie charts of how much goes to staff, but it's in the way that we talk about it, right? In the way that we present it on emails, and that's what I was doing before. Is like, and I think it's the way that we present it to families. So in the slides, I think you did a great job of showing how much goes to staff, which was really good. But I guess it's more in the day-to-day, in how we present it to families, in what they're actually going to read and see. they're going to see this once maybe at a FOM meeting if they happen to show up. But
Yeah.
like the daily the communications, you know, and just like this goes to, you know, 70% of your donation is going to go to our principal. Like I would maybe put it in percentages or just like not, because before we would write it like it goes to staff and, you know, field trips and blah blah blah, but maybe percentage it, like take your, you know, and like actually you said it, like what was the 54% goes to our principal.
Yeah.
Just do the high ones perhaps. It's just like this is where the money goes. You know,
I loved how when Angie was president, Angie Gomez used to be president of FOM, and she would say, people think that we're funding the cherry on top, and we're actually funding the pie. You know, like we're funding really.
We got to tell people what the pie is made of.
Yes, we need to explain what the pie is, but also just establishing like we're funding basic things that help our school operate.
Yeah.
And also I probably should translate some of the stuff that we've been saying, if you'll give me a second to do that. Entonces, Casey y Aurisha estaban notando que es muy importante que todo el mundo sepa que nos ayudaría mucho si todo el mundo donara $500 cada familia, pero claro, reconocemos que no todas las familias pueden hacer eso, por eso tenemos una escala. O sea, hay personas que pueden quizás donar $10 o $10 mensuales y hay otras familias que pueden donar $500 o más de eso. Hay familias que tienen mucho más dinero. Entonces, estamos diciendo que todo el mundo puede donar lo que pueda, pero si tienen más dinero, por favor, dona más, porque hay cosas esenciales para la escuela, como por ejemplo la subdirectora de la escuela, la señora Ríos, que pagamos una parte muy importante de su sueldo, de su puesto, y eso requiere mucho dinero. Y yo estaba diciendo que la expresidenta de FOM, Angie Gomez, decía que hay personas que creen que estamos financiando la cereza encima del pastel, pero que en realidad lo que estamos financiando es el pastel en sí. O sea, cosas esenciales para la escuela, cosas que realmente hacen funcionar a la escuela. Y entonces por eso es tan importante dar mucho dinero.
Yep. So I have to leave in 2 minutes, but I had another quick idea for like I want to help out with the party. I think we really should and could do that outside, or we can figure something out. And how can we get the kids more involved so that more parents feel like they want to show up? And I was thinking, and I want to talk to Carrie about this, of incorporating like an art show aspect in we don't have to spend, how to do it in a way that doesn't spend a lot of money, where parents can buy kids' art and they can have it like as part of the display or something, just like kids' art is up, or it's another event that can happen. Just because I think that the more we can incorporate, just get the kids I just feel like there's not a lot. We are a school that likes to do art stuff, but then we don't show off the kids' art, and there's a lot of talented kids, and then we could sell the art, and then they feel a sense of pride, and the parents feel prideful, and they want to put money in more than probably the art is worth, but it's worth all of it. So that's like a little side note that I just wanted to share that might be fun and a way to incorporate more kids into sort of raising money for the school and participating in the school itself, in other aspects of the school than just showing up. And that's it. But I do have to leave in like a minute.
I love it. So I'm still translating, right? I'm assuming we're still recording. So
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, thank you, Aurisha. And your language and your messaging in the past and past emails has been super, super helpful.
And let me know if you need me to help with that. Like, Sarah, I mean, I don't know how. I have to jump off now. So let me know how I can help, and I'll let you know how I can help. But doing messaging and things like that was fun for me and easy enough, and I'm more than happy to continue to help that. And then helping with the party, and then I may be able to wear a hat one of the days and try to get people to. So I saw you sent the thing. So keep me posted, and I'll try to make more meetings. But I usually start work at 9 a.m. So.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Aurisha.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Entonces, Arisha estaba diciendo que a ella le gustaría mucho tener la fiesta en la primavera para los padres, que decimos Mitchell's Night Out, una noche para salir para los padres. Y también que quiere involucrar a los niños y buscar maneras de ayudarlos a participar en la recaudación de fondos. Por ejemplo, quizás vendiendo arte que los niños hacen y hacer como una exposición de arte de ellos. Y que ella quiere también quizás poner un sombrero de bruja algún día y ayudar a escribir mensajes y ayudar como pueda. Y lo que apreciamos mucho.
Thank you, everybody. That's
Yeah.
great, Sarah.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Can I stop recording or are we?
Sure.
Okay, all right, I will.